I made a video about black women and preventative protection and how if you want someone to protect you, you're going to have to listen to them and try to avoid being in dangerous situations.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So today we are going to be discussing this situation with this young lady here, and I know it seems like we're going over this brick lady situation over and over again, but this is related to it, but it isn't about the brick lady. Thank goodness. It's really starting to people are starting to show their true colors because of this situation, especially on the women's side. And you're starting to see a bit of a divide amongst the sisterhood, and I'm gonna show you what I mean with this young lady here, man. All right, now what I want to do is show you the video that she's referencing. I'm gonna show you that, and then I'm gonna go back to this and continue on with this. All right, let's keep it moving.
In regards to black women not being protected, let me first state the obvious. No man should put his hands on a woman. We desire protection, but sometimes what we don't understand is that true protection comes with a level of control. Bodyguards are a good example. A bodyguard will make their client leave from a dangerous place. The bodyguard has to know all the details: who, what, when, where, why, and how. And the client has to listen to the bodyguard and follow the instruction that the bodyguard gives them. It's really an agreement between all parties involved. When the person who needs protecting does not follow the instruction and the direction of the protector, it puts the protector in a situation where they're more likely to lose their life. I have 4 brothers and a father, and I listen to their instruction even when they're not around. They have told me to stay away from certain places if I'm by myself or if it's late at night. They've also advised me not to be drunk or high in certain situations. Even though my brothers, my dad, and the men in my life protect me, I in turn protect them by listening to them and following their instruction. They don't have to come to my defense in some wild scenario, because if I listened to them, I wouldn't have been there in the first place. And this is another thing I feel like is pertinent to say, and I know folks ain't gonna like this one. I don't have sons right now, but when I do have sons, I'm gonna teach them that there's a difference between diamonds and dirt and rubies and rocks. Rubies and diamonds are often in jewelry stores. They're in glass cases, they're secured, there's an alarm system. There's a lot of layers of protection because those things are valuable. But you could pull over to the side of the road and find some dirt and rocks. Expecting a man to risk his well-being, his future, and his life on someone who does not see value in themselves or the man is asinine. That's a very asinine thing to ask. All I'm saying is, protection comes with a little bit of sacrifice. It comes with a little bit of control. And me personally, I feel that what I have to sacrifice and the amount of control I have to give up is 100% worth it to receive the protection that I've been getting my whole life.
All right, now I don't see anything wrong with what she said, but I'm gonna go back to the previous video, and she's gonna explain to you the kind of response that she was getting from the hyenas. Check this out.
And because you guys didn't like what I said, I received death threats. People wish that someone would bust my car window and pistol whip me. People wish that some people, or that they themselves, could find me and hit me with a brick. All these young girls that are out here that are still wet behind the ears but are aging like milk and bananas, calling me old. I'm not expecting y'all to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that, because I know y'all don't care. But I'm gonna say what I want regardless, because I don't receive my self-worth and validation based on what people say about me online. I proudly grew up in a time before all of that, and my self-worth and validation is based on my principles and my character. Some of y'all wouldn't know nothing about that. So I'll say this again, for the people that have sense, preventative protection is the best kind of protection. For every other crime that exists, we understand that preventative measures is the best way to avoid said crimes. If I don't want my car broken into or stolen or vandalized, I'm not gonna leave it unlocked with valuable things in my car. I know people personally who have gotten their car broken into several times. I've never gotten my car broken into, knock on wood. If I don't want to get robbed, I'm not going to go to the ATM late at night by myself, because that is not a wise decision to make. And you guys can say, Well, that still doesn't stop people from getting robbed or their car getting stolen or whatever, but it greatly minimizes the risk. You feel me? Same thing when it comes to condoms and birth control. Condoms and birth control are not 100% effective, but it significantly minimizes the risk of you getting an STD or you getting pregnant. In addition to taking preventative measures by not being in dangerous places by yourself, actually listening to the men that tell you to take preventative measures is another way that will help to ensure your safety as a woman in this world. And to the ladies who have never had a man love them enough to try to prevent something bad from happening to them, you honestly have my sincere condolences. And to those of you who say, why don't you just tell men to stop abusing women? Why don't we hold them accountable? If telling someone to stop being an abuser, a thief, or a murderer worked, then the prisons, we wouldn't have a need for prisons. None of that would exist. So excuse me for living in the real world. I'm a very proactive kind of person. We can't change what happened in the past or things that have already happened to women, but we could help minimize the risk of those things happening in the future.
Well said, man. Well said. I couldn't agree more. But I do gotta say this. I find it really, really disgusting that there's women out there that are threatening women just because they don't agree with you and want to follow your narrative. That's really, like, literally, like, y'all want to sit over here and make unalive threats. Like, that's not cute. Like, can you imagine how cringe it would be if men were saying this about women over this situation? And y'all want to sit over here and act like channels like this is creating a divide. I'm like, I think this situation along with the Chicago situation, has created quite a bit of divide. Because it seems like y'all women only want men that's gonna crash out for you blindly with no regard of what's going on in the situation, and want to be quick to jump into a fight that they didn't even sign up for. This is crazy, man. Like, I want to sit over here and say I'm surprised, but at this point, I'm not surprised. Honestly, I'm just disappointed. I'm really, really, really disappointed. Because this is coming from women who claim to be the classiest, nicest people, and they just so moral, on such a moral high ground, but you want to sit over here and make unalive threats to other women that just because they don't agree with you. That's sick. Oh, and she wasn't the only one that was getting similar reactions, man. I'm like, y'all remember Dana Dane? Check this out.
I'm seeing some stitches from some of y'all women upset about my take on black men's protection of women that they don't know, and you can save the fake outrage, because the reality is the same way that these men have conditions on who they willing to protect, be it they family or women that they love. Y'all black women also have conditions on who you willing to protect as well, because the only time you give protection to other black women is when you like them. But when you don't like them, you try everything in your power to ruin them or to hurt them, because a lot of y'all have evil spirits. So you can save lying and acting like you got this high moral compass and that you don't have any conditions on who you protect. You just protect anybody because you're such a good person. No, you're not. You protect who you like. If you don't deem that woman to be somebody that you like, then you'll do everything in your power to hurt her. And that's the reality. So you can save it. The same way the men got conditions, y'all got conditions as well. Right? You just like to be upset for no reason. You like to argue stuff that's not even nothing to argue about. If the men got online and said that the only ones they gonna protect is their family and their loved ones, that's what they said. How are you gonna argue that? You can't bully somebody into making them change their mind on who they said they gonna protect. They already told you, either you take notes and apply it, or you gonna be somewhere waiting on somebody to protect you and they never do. Right? All I said in my video is you need to make sure you protect yourself, because you shouldn't be counting on somebody else to protect you, because if you do, you may get a sad reality when they don't. So you better off making sure you got your own back than waiting on somebody else to do it. That's all I said. But again, a lot of y'all just like to argue. You like to argue stuff that ain't even nothing you need to argue about. Men are giving you the answers to an open book test and you still failing. You're going back and forth with them about why they shouldn't do this, why they shouldn't do that. It doesn't matter if you agree. It doesn't matter. because it's still going to be what it is. If they said they ain't going to protect you, then that's what they said. You cannot force them to do something they telling you that they're not going to do. But you got some real audacity to even question who men are willing to protect when most black women need protection from black women.
Oh yeah, I'm not done. I got some more for you, man. Check this out. And then another brother that I react to, he stitched in as well, man. Y'all gonna like what he had to say. Cause this gonna pretty much bring it all to a close.
Way mentally, you all there when you are arguing over assaults that have not actually even taken place. You are online wishing harm on people and their loved ones because you don't like the answer that you got from a hypothetical assault.
I love when people can put words to my thoughts that I haven't let out my mouth yet. Craziest thing I found about this entire situation, and we about to talk about something. The first video I made initially, I said, I would like to think that I could sit there and mind my business if I saw a woman getting beat up in public. But honestly, I would probably jump into action and stop somebody from hitting on a woman. Then I ended the video by saying, listen, ladies, get a gun. Get a gun and shoot him if they hitting on you. He should have got some freedom seeds in his chest after he hit you in the face with a brick. We about to talk about that in a second. I noticed this though. There is a violent need for women to be right on the internet. I don't know what it is, but being wrong is like dying to y'all. And not even being wrong, just like someone disagreeing with you. These men said, I'd protect pretty much any woman I know, but I'm not gonna die for a stranger. Y'all acting like y'all had labor pains over that.
Oh man, bro. Brother, you preaching to the choir when it comes to that need to be right, man. Matter of fact, I think that's the next clip I need to download for my sound effects. The force is strong. I need that, bro. Ooh wee, man. For the women that need to be right, I need that sound clip. Let's keep it moving.
But when it's your daughter or your mama, I hope they get hit upside the head with a brick, and I hope everybody watch. Now, here's what we need to talk about. More information has come out. And you women on the internet with the violent need to be right, y'all are ignoring it. I'm no specialist, so I could have never have caught these things. But somebody said, how you get smacked upside the head with a brick? But there's no abrasions, no blood, no nothing, just a swollen noggin. And when I heard that, I said, interesting. That is kind of funny when you think about it. Even like, you ever see somebody get hit in the head here and they get like a blood clot in their eye, you know? Interesting. She also disappeared. Hasn't said a word. And then, correspondence from one of the nurses, she didn't go to the hospital, she went to a care spot. Correspondence from one of them said that they had to take saline out of her face because that was what was in her face. Oh, okay. And now, I don't think any of the women who are screaming and hooping and hollering about that woman getting hit with a brick, I don't think they have anything to say. But
that's all they got to say.
Still, it's the principle. Whole time, Shawty was lying. And black men got held accountable for a woman lying. They're not protectors for a woman lying. Them boys weak because of a lie a woman told. And not a soul is gonna come back and say, well, seems as if this whole thing was a big hoax. Sorry. Y'all wished death and violence on people's daughters and moms. Because, like Dana said, of a hypothetical situation that never happened. Somebody said, well, I wouldn't jump in. I hope your mama get hit with a brick. Y'all don't think there's anything wrong with you? You don't think you need to seek professional help?
Emotional damage.
Yeah, to say the least. Yeah, these women are cuckoo for real. It's another thing for you to like get in your feelings because somebody disagreed with you or whatever the case may be, but come on now. Like we threatening people now. Like that's, come on now. Y'all really gotta grow up. Y'all really gotta grow up. And then considering the situation turned out to be a hoax, and y'all don't got no kind of empathy, anything about what y'all said, and then y'all wonder why men looked at it from that viewpoint to begin with. Because when we proven to be right, look where y'all at now. Quiet is a rat pissing on cotton. Bro, enough is enough, man. You know it's getting real bad when the women are threatening other women. Just because these women are being logical. It's crazy, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, man. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm. It helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description, as well as my latest mixtape, Lost Music Volume 2. And if you want to check out any of the merch, Spreadshot.com link is in the description as well. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.